Welcome back to the semi-pro SpongeBob show. We watched
It's me,
the SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
I'm sponging it. In
It's me,
preparation.
Squidward. Fuck you, SpongeBob.
I fucking hate SpongeBob. He has too many holes. In preparation for watching the SpongeBob movie, which, if you don't know, is a adaptation of the Odyssey.
A fairly direct adaptation?
I mean, all things considered, yeah. But I actually read the I read the Odyssey in its entirety in its original Greek.
Oh, really? What'd you think?
Ancient Greek, but unfortunately, I can't understand ancient Greek, so I didn't get any of it. It was just all nonsense symbols to me.
It was good. That's a good one. I wish this was the first time I had heard
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris Nolan, famed director of.
Right. He went woke, I think, is what I heard.
See, I heard the opposite, but.
Oh.
You never know these days. Chris Nolan, he directed, of course, a lot of great movies, and then he really blew up when he directed the Dark Knight trilogy, and then following the Dark Knight trilogy, he made Interstellar, Oppenheimer. What was the one in between those two?
Tenet was between. I feel like Memento kind of blew him up before.
Well, Memento was
Dark
his
Knight
first
trilogy.
studio film. Like, that was his first big one. So it kind of blew him up.
That's what got him into the
Memento,
film
The Prestige, the Dark Knight trilogy. I think the Dark Knight trilogy is what kind of took his name to more mainstream status. It hit right at the same time as the MCU was kind of starting and comic book movies were popping off. Like he's a big deal. Chris Nolan's a big deal.
Were popping off, but they weren't. It wasn't to the point of currently where comic book movies is just like it's just another thing, you know?
And admittedly, the Dark Knight trilogy, which we need an excuse to watch for the podcast,
for sure. I mean,
three very, very good, very good movies. That aren't weighed down with the current everything has to be comic accurate format of movie making. And so Chris Nolan is just probably, if there's a director from from really the 2000s onward who is just a name. Because Steven Spielberg's a name, but Spielberg's from the 80s. Robert Zemeckis is a name, but he's from the 90s. Like, if there's a director who's a name of the modern era, it's probably Chris Nolan.
For sure, yeah.
And he's directing his adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey, which is the oldest literary work we have manuscripts of, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, and it's that one episode of The Simpsons,
right,
where he sells out to Mr. Burns or whatever. I don't remember exactly. Yeah. It was they hire him as the natural environment coordinator.
Oh, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's like season 4.
Yeah, it was No, I think that was one of the first season. That was super early Simpsons. I guess. I mean, relatively, season 4 is also super early Simpsons.
Right, when you're at season 40.
Yeah, but I feel like it was still earlier. That's not the point. That's not what we're talking about.
No, so the Odyssey is this very, very famous story historically, literarily. It invented a lot of the tropes that we see.
Literally.
It invented a lot of
It
the
invented the
character
SpongeBob
archetypes.
movie.
The hero's journey all comes from the Odyssey,
Yeah,
which
that all
like Star Wars is
that's
based
the original.
on.
Yeah.
Um, and the SpongeBob movie, if you didn't know, from 2004, the original SpongeBob movie, the original Spoing Boing
Right. Right.
movie, is based on, it's a very loose adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey. And so while
Yeah.
Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan is making his adaptation of The Odyssey, we decided we'd make our way through a couple of the,
Of better versions of the Odyssey.
maybe,
I
we don't
say that
know.
not having
Right,
seen
correct.
Nolan's Odyssey. It might be great, but I
Just
don't
a
know. I don't care. I'm
couple.
still gonna say that they're better because
This movie's
it's
awesome.
funnier. Yeah, I don't think I cannot imagine, at least personally, it might be a better movie, but I cannot imagine enjoying Nolan's Odyssey more than I enjoyed this movie.
I don't know. This is the
Or
most
more
excited
than
I've
I
been
will
for a Nolan movie since Interstellar, but still probably not.
see. I don't know. Um I don't know. I'm less excited for this one than I was for
Oh,
Oppenheimer. And
interesting.
I did really like Oppenheimer. But my main problem was that it was just too goddamn long. Like
Right.
I missed like probably a quarter of it because I had to go fucking piss. But
You
um,
peed for a quarter of a 3-hour movie?
no, I'm exaggerating.
Okay.
But I do think it was at like a pretty significant, like it was like 2 hours in, which is when a movie should have been done. So I had to piss, and that was like a big like significant part of that movie. So like I not like a quarter of the actual movie, but a quarter of the significant stuff, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you mean.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're
No, we're
talking
talking
about
about Spoing Boing.
SpongeBob Ussy.
Right. Yeah, you
He's
did say that. You
sponging on
said
that
if
Bob,
Odysseus went on an Odyssey,
which
does
is like,
that
what are
mean?
the real quick? What are the odds that a guy named Odysseus would go on an Odyssey? Like,
I do
crazy
stand by it's
coincidence, you
really
know?
just a matter of time.
I mean, yeah, it's just still like it's crazy though. Like the first this story called the Odyssey, a guy named Odysseus went on it. Like,
It is kind of crazy that
think about it.
this man
That a
named
guy named
SpongeBob went on a
SpongeBob
spongeusy.
went on a sponge bussy. Um,
A
but yeah,
sponge
so let's.
a sponge bussy?
I think just okay. So if it's the Odyssey,
And his name is Odysseus.
Odysseus, it'd be Sponge Bussy. I think.
Okay.
I kept saying SpongeBob OC because it was funnier throughout it, but I think realistically it'd be Sponge
Would that not
Bussy.
make his name Sponge Bussius?
I mean, no, it's not. It doesn't have to be the same
Okay.
ending. It's just adding issy, like replacing the last syllable. Like for Odysseus, it's replacing it with C, right? SpongeBob, replacing it with C. Sponge Bussy, Odysseus.
Spongeby.
No, see, I think it's. I guess,
Because
yeah. Odysseus,
the
Sponge.
us was
But
Odysseus. Really,
the
the
Ussy
whole
is
Ussy
funnier.
was
Yeah, but Sponge Bussy is funnier, so
because
we're
his
going with
name
that one.
is Odysseus.
It is Odysseus, yeah. So it's just removing the us. So it'd
Right.
just be removing the ob. So it'd be
So
Sponge B
really, so
realistically.
yeah, so we should call going on
But
a great
Sponge
trek SpongeBob from
but
here on out.
I think Sponge Bussy is funnier.
That's
So we're gonna
true.
use that one.
Admittedly, yeah. It's
So
in the thumbnail.
SpongeBob Ussy, yeah, kind of. It's
I
Sponge
mean, the
Ussy.
words are there.
You left out the B, which I
Right.
think is the funniest part. But SpongeBob Ussy,
He
it
thinks he's about
starts
to get a
with
promotion. That's the important part.
yes, he's got this great dream sequence of him being the manager at the Krusty Krab. It's one of the best opening bits in cinema,
It's pretty
and
good. Yeah,
then
I mean, there's the pirates.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even talking about the pirates bit, but I was just talking about his opening dream sequence of his like cowboy hostage sequence as
which
the
is
manager. Where he's got a
wonderful. Yes,
which is great. Yeah. So he thinks he's gonna be the manager. Then he wakes up super excited. Patrick is naked. But that's not important. It's
it's
funny
kind of
though.
important,
It's a little important, but not really. Then he goes, I guess no, it is kind of important because it comes back later
right?
because he's naked when he flies in with the flag in between his ass cheeks.
But we'll get
Which
there.
this was the children's movie, by the way.
There's lots of those moments, but
I mean, yeah, granted, it was a 2004 children's movie. They could get away with a lot more,
before everybody would have
but
woke.
right. Um, but yeah, so we go to the opening of the Krusty Krab 2,
They made a second
which
one,
is like they made a fucking second one. They hit the second Krusty Krab. Um, but yeah, it's like 5 feet away from the first Krusty Krab.
which is
It's
a
like this
great
huge
gag. It's
thing.
a great
It's
gag on
hilarious.
like
So good.
what I'm
Such a good
assuming they're
bit.
they're they're doing a play on is the fact that like a McDonald's or whatever, just generic fast food restaurant will open within a few minutes of another location. I think that's the gag
For
that they're trying
sure
to
it
do,
was.
and it's a
Yeah.
killer gag.
It was great. So anyways, Mr. Krabs,
Mr.
he's
Kribussy.
announcing Mr. Krebussy, he's announcing the new manager, and fucking A, lo and behold, it's Squidward, it's not SpongeBob. Oh God. SpongeBob gets he doesn't acknowledge that at first. He gets too excited, and Mr. Krabs has to tell him, you're not mature enough to be I'm sorry, real quick. I'm trying to focus on that. Are you drawing on your toenail right now? you, you are you painting your toenails with Sharpie right
Yes, I
now? Is that
am most certainly.
okay? Cool. Okay.
Mr.
Anyways, back to
Krabs does
the
call SpongeBob a jackass here in this scene.
yes, yeah. In he's got this bit
Verbatim.
where
Like
he's
we
like,
didn't rewind it to see,
yeah, no,
but
that was the literally the only word that you could make out that Mr. Krabs was saying. Like the whole gimmick was that he was going like like he was like whispering to him. He's like, but then it just goes, jackass.
yeah,
Uh,
because SpongeBob says something along the lines of like, "I'm committing, I, I'm making a complete what of myself," and then Mr.
yeah, like
Krabs is like,
he's like, yeah, he's the whole gimmick is that he's like repeating everything he says. Then he eventually realizes, oh, I didn't make it. So
and that's when he sings the "I'm
he
Ready" depression
I'm
song.
ready, depression. He runs away. Oh, and then Patrick comes in with the flag in his ass, and then Squidward, of course, the
And Squidward,
fucking asshole
admitted,
piece of
I think
shit.
Squidward gets a lot of hate. That's just a man trying to get his bag,
Absolutely, yes.
and
But
let a man get his
we
bag.
talked for sure. But we talked about this while we were watching it. Squidward does not care about his job. I
Yes,
get that, yes, technically he's a little more mature than SpongeBob, but
maybe.
I think definitively, no doubt he's more mature than SpongeBob. I don't think that he's more responsible than him.
Surely not. No,
Just
he certainly
just
doesn't care
just
more about that
because
business as a whole.
he does not care about the Krusty Krab. That is just a paycheck to him. To
Which might be
SpongeBob,
all that
that's
might be
his
all Mr. Crab
life.
cares about.
I mean, sure, but I think for the standard for the boss man, you want someone who cares about the business, right?
In
If they
theory,
just
but maybe not to Mr.
if they
Krabs. You know what I
just
mean? That's
but
more my point. Like maybe
no, see,
Krabs
I don't think Krabs. I guess Krabs. He's an idiot.
Krabs cares about the bottom line. You know what I mean? Krabs
But
is
I think bottom. Maybe I'm just a smarter businessman than Mr. Krabs. But me personally, if I'm running a business, I want someone who cares about the business, not someone who just cares about money. Because someone who just cares about money, they'll do the bare minimum. They'll do nothing. Someone who cares about mind you, it's been established. He horribly underpays SpongeBob. Like
Well, and once again,
SpongeBob is willing to get away with borderline slave labor because he loves his job that much.
but
That's
Krabs
canon.
also just cares about the money. So it's you know,
Right. So why would you not want someone who cares more about the business than they care about money?
we've been over this
If
already.
you if
It
you
it
only no, hear me out. If you only care about money and the business, would you not rather someone who also or who someone who cares more about the business than they do about money, or would you rather someone who cares more about money than they do about the business?
I think it depends on what you're wanting to put up with,
No,
man.
because it doesn't matter. He doesn't have to put up with any of it.
He does have to put
They're
up with
they're
it as the
he
owner.
no he sure he's the owner, but he's not going to be super hands on. Like look at
It's
Mr.
next
Krabs.
door.
Yeah, it's next door, but he's not going to be doing shit. Like he's going to be managing the other location. That's the point of having a manager for the second location, so you don't have to be hands on. Me personally, if I'm the owner of the Krusty Krab,
And you're not.
no, but we're
That's
speaking
Eugene.
hypothetically here. Sure, but I got someone who does not care about money. They're pretty well off somewhere. They own their own house that they grew from a
Which
seed.
is crazy. It's crazy that
Um,
SpongeBob as a fry cook is able to own his own home in 2004, but
well,
whatever.
he grew it from a seed, to
Still.
be fair.
How many
But
fry cooks you know these days growing their own house from a seed?
none, because that's
Exactly.
insane. That's nonsense. But I would rather someone who cares about the business, who is dedicated. That's cracked. That's awesome. But someone I'd rather someone who's dedicated to the business, who does not as this money hungry fucking capitalist piece of shit. I would rather someone who couldn't care less about money, who just wants to literally just work their like SpongeBob is the most workaholic. Like he is the definition. He loves his job. He just wants to do that more than anything. The only thing he likes more than his job is jellyfishing and maybe his snail.
Blowing
Like that's
bubbles.
it. Blowing bubbles, sure, yeah. Well, to be fair, any bubble blowing baby will be
Any blowing
mercilessly
bubble
beaten
bussy.
by any pussy blowing baby will be mercilessly beaten by every
Here's what I will
able-bodied
also
patron of
say,
the
and I said
bar.
this while we were watching it, and I think you agreed with me. The
Maybe.
best choice Mr. Krabs had, only having two employees at his business, was to hire a manager from outside.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, realistically, he should have hired an entire new crew
Correct.
because he only had two employees. SpongeBob was the fry cook. Squidward worked the cashier. If one of or both of them are working at the new location, the other location is pointless. Like it can't do anything.
No, I see the point of bringing someone over from the original location to train new employees.
Sure, but you also unless so yes, if Squidward's
In
going over to be
theory,
the
the point
manager,
was he was bringing Squidward over as a manager. He was going to hire a new cashier and then hire a new fry cooking cashier for Krusty Krab too.
sure.
But the ideal situation would have been to leave SpongeBob and Squidward at KK1 and then him
Right.
hire a manager and fry cook,
I mean,
and
realistically, what I would have
realistically you
did
don't put
because
a
he
restaurant there.
sure, but realistically within the context, because he knows KK1 works, right? It's going good. I would if I'm Krusty Krab, Mr. Krungus, Mr. Clancy Brown, I'm I'm leaving SpongeBob and Squidward without a manager. Maybe making one of them
Oh,
manager of
interesting.
of Krusty Krab one. Like
I see
maybe
your point.
make
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whichever one. Let them run the first one. Then I'm going over. I'm going to be manager. Hire new fry cook, new cashier. Get them to run that. Then eventually appoint one of them manager, and then I just go off to my anchor house, and I don't have to fucking go into work, right?
Alternatively, you do the opposite. You move
Sure. I mean,
Squidward and
ultimately, yeah.
SpongeBob to Krusty Krab 2 with a new manager.
Either way it works.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not the
But point is
we're at
that's not
about
what this
20
movie's
minutes.
about. Yeah.
So
So
an
he lo-
Odyssey happens. Basically, so King Neptune loses his crown because Plankton the
Plankton,
inciting
Plan
incident of
Z,
this
Plan
movie is
Z.
Plankton realizes that there's a Z in the alphabet and institutes
Yeah,
a new plan to get the Krusty
which is
Krab
his
secret
best
formula.
plan. Yeah,
All of
like
all
in
time?
like all timer
We're I
plan. It
think what we're
fucking
gonna do is we're gonna watch Oh Brother Where Art Thou for number 2 in the Odyssey sweep, and then we're gonna come back and
mhm,
watch all the SpongeBob movies because I really want to get to the
probably.
Plankton movie
Yeah,
more than any after watching this one. But
yeah, I
anyway,
guess.
Plan Z is steal King Neptune's crown, who's the king of the sea.
Right, King Jeffrey Tambor.
Blame it on Mr. Krabs,
Yeah.
and get Mr. Krabs killed and steal the formula in the process. What
Mhm.
actually winds up happening is Mr. Krabs gets frozen while SpongeBob and
Mhm.
Patrick offer to go on a Sponge
To
Odyssey.
go on an Odyssey.
Sponge
Yeah.
Odyssey.
SpongeBobacy. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That I think that's the one. Is that
I
what you
think
were
that's what
saying
I've been
earlier?
saying, isn't it? SpongeBobacy. That's
Yeah.
what I've been
Anyway,
saying.
yeah, that's the one for sure. You were right the whole time. Just to
Yeah,
give you
I
your
always
flowers.
have been. Thank you,
And
buddy.
anyway, so they go on a Sponge Bobacy to
Hmm.
find his crown in a town called Shell
In
City.
Shell City, yeah, which is this crazy. No one's ever made it to Shell City. It's this,
Because anyone who goes to Shell City dies. Same
right?
as whatever the
Which we'll
city
get
is from
there.
the Odyssey. I can't remember.
Who cares? Yeah.
So Plankton he basically I don't know
Well,
mind
he steals
controls
the formula, and then he starts selling the Krabby Patties. Then he gives away
the
these
buckets
mind controlled chum buckets that yeah,
control your
he
mind.
then activates and controls your mind to be slaves and hail plankton, all that.
He
And
cracks a
then
whip at nothing at one point.
yeah.
Yes,
But then
all the
SpongeBob and
while,
Patrick,
yeah.
they're going they get the you don't need a license to drive a sandwich. They go off,
They fell off.
they fell off. They go to the bubble blowing sissy bar after someone steals their car, and their car is there, and it's this super hardcore badass bar. They're playing Ween in it, or at least something that sounds like Ween's punk album. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, Ween is one of the best bands of all time. They inspired SpongeBob. Their album, The Mollusk, was the main inspiration for Steven Hillenburg's SpongeBob. I think the first song also inspired the voices for SpongeBob and Patrick. But
And of course Ocean Man from the
Ocean
Mollusk
Man.
is the credit song of this movie.
Correct, yeah. And also the song Waving My Dick in the Wind from that same album is the song in which Ween invented the term "lost in the sauce,"
Mm,
which was a term, of course, popularized by Gucci Mane, I
I
believe.
believe so. I believe you're right.
Yeah, but everyone credits him for inventing that term, but it wasn't. It was actually Ween.
I
Um,
don't know that could just be correlation as opposed to.
It could be one of those calculus things where it was simultaneous,
Yeah, I feel like inventing the
individual
term.
people. But I don't
Eventually,
I don't
someone's
know.
gonna say "lost in the sauce" because it just
I
sounds
don't know,
cool.
man. I feel like Gucci Mane would be a fan of Ween
See, I
personally.
I don't know that I would agree with you
I
on that,
think I
but I
think
don't
I
think
don't
that's
I
the
think
point.
I think you're underestimating Ween's influence.
Right. I
But
probably am. They continue on their SpongeBobacy.
yes, yes.
Eventually they get to they're being chased by a man named Dennis, we should say, who's a bounty hunter
Right.
that
He's a
Plankton
Plankton high, yeah, yeah.
hired.
Plankton's bounty hunter. Um,
He's paying him in pussy.
I guess I don't think so, but
And we get to a point where Dennis has them cornered and a giant boot steps on Dennis and it's the Cyclops. And the Cyclops in
right.
this, instead of being a Cyclops, is
It's a diver,
it's a
man.
diver,
It's
right?
it's
He's
just
wearing classic
because the
diver armor.
classic fucking
And it's a cool
Scooby
effect.
Doo
Like
diver. It's
it's a
it's
classic
awesome.
Roger
It's
Rabbit.
it's yeah, it's
It
great.
gets
Roger
cooler
Rabbit,
later,
Looney
I
Tunes
think,
back in
but
action. Yeah, I think it was as cool underwater,
I see.
but
I think it's cooler in the shop, but I think the cinematography of what's happening in the
maybe
shop is just
yeah,
so well
sure,
done.
sure.
So
But
SpongeBob and
anyways,
Patrick get
he
kidnapped and
grabs
they get
him,
taken
takes him
to
to
Shell
Shell
City
City, which is a gift shop.
on the beach
It is
where this
yeah.
guy just basically grabs shells and whatever he finds in the water and turns them into little trinkets for you to take home at a tourist trap on the beach, basically. There's a mariachi band of fish. There's a clam,
Right.
Alexander Clam Bell,
Right.
inventor of the
Right.
telephone
Yeah.
and the clamophone, I should say. And
The
he's going to
smellophone.
turn SpongeBob and Patrick into one of these little trinkets. So he's drying them out under a lamp. They start crying, singing the Goofy Goober song, and the tear
Right,
that
because
they
they're goofy
cry
goobers.
as they
Turns into a
dry
heart.
out. It turns into a heart. It runs down.
And
It
then
blows up the plug of the lamp. The
then we
smoke
well
turns on the
first
sprinklers.
we cut to the pirates.
Right.
Pirates from back in the beginning. They're all freaking out. They're saying, "Oh no, SpongeBob is dead." Then the parrot comes in and says, look at the screen." And then
And
it
then they
cuts
do.
back, and then yeah, the teardrop rolls down, short circuits the plug, sprinklers go off because of the smoke. They come back to life, but not just them. All the other critters come back to life, and they start jumping the Cyclops. SpongeBob and Patrick, they make their escape with the crown, and
That's when they find David Hasselhoff.
well, first they've got the bag of wind,
Right.
which
Which is another
Scarlett
classic
Johansson gave
Odyssey.
them earlier. Yeah, Odyssey reference. Yeah, big Pat being the silly guy that he is, he accidentally lets it go. So like, oh no, we're stuck now. Then David Hasselhoff comes up. He's like, hey boys, I got you. Hop on my back, and he swims them back to Bikini Bottom. Then he launches them with his big sexy pectoral muscles,
Right.
in fucking fantastic effect.
One of the coolest effects I've ever seen.
Oh,
Very
as they're
realistic,
yeah, real very
which is
well
so
done.
weird.
As
It looks
they're
like they built a bodysuit for them, but I'm pretty sure it's just a morph.
it's yeah, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's impressive.
It looks like something Itzum would
Also,
make in Photoshop, but it moves.
right. Forgot to mention as they're on the way back, Dennis comes back with the boot. Then he gets it's pretty insignificant. It's just a little minor fight runaway scene. He gets
It's
he
a
gets
nice little
smacked by
third
a
act conflict,
for sure, yeah, but he
which I
then gets
think the
smacked by a
Odyssey
little boat
invented.
and probably maybe who knows. But then they get launched into the Krusty Krab right as Mr. Krabs is about to get crabbed, and
By Michael Bluth's father.
right, Jeffrey Tambor, King Neptune. then they're like, "Oh, it's okay. We did it now. You got your crown back." Then right as they're giving the crown back to Neptune, Plankton's like, "Oh, actually, I'm just gonna take over Neptune with my chum bucket mind
A
control."
very classic early 2000s fourth act.
Right? Yeah, one of the originals, maybe.
I doubt it, but surely.
No, but it's up there. One of the best ones,
It's
probably.
one of the fourth acts of all time.
Yeah, and then SpongeBob rocks out on a guitar that doesn't have two heads,
Only
even
has
though
one
I
handle?
could have sworn it had two heads.
It's a different guitar that we're in a different timeline.
That too. It's a Mandela effect. Comment down below if you remember SpongeBob having a white guitar with two heads. But then yeah, he rocks out to the point that he frees everyone from the mind control. Plankton gets stomped and thrown off to little man prison, and that's the movie.
That's
It's
the
a good
movie.
one. That's Thanks for watching.
It's at least
Comment down
one of
below
the
if you think this
two
is better than the
best.
Odyssey.
It's at least one of the two best SpongeBob movies.
It's at least one of the two best Odyssey movies.
It's if for sure that it's at least one of the two, hopefully soon three best Odyssey movies.
True. Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot to like about this. Like outside of just the nostalgia of it being SpongeBob, which there is a lot of that.
Which
I
it's a
mean,
lot. It's a lot of
a
that for
fella my
sure.
age that boy grew up watching Spang Mang. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, that's my guy
Or
for
at the very
sure.
least, YouTube poops of Spang Mang. You know,
Sure, both, really.
like that's a lot of it. There's a lot of nostalgia just because this is SpongeBob, but also I don't remember a ton about the Odyssey, but I have read the Odyssey. This is a pretty great adaptation of the Odyssey. It's also
Yeah.
really funny that it's a SpongeBob movie, and I think that adds
Right.
a little enjoyment to it.
For
And
sure, yeah.
just kind of the tone of the book of the Odyssey, I feel like Homer would have loved the fact that SpongeBob was one of the most faithful and best adaptations of
Yeah,
his
I
great
think I
literary
do.
work.
I do. I think he would have loved that. Everyone always says these days, some people they say, "Oh,
Some people call me
oh,
a
Homer,
terrorist. I consider
I
myself a
consider
teacher.
myself a Homer." No, but everyone always says, "Oh,
You consider yourself a
Homer
what?
would Homer would love Nolan's Odyssey. Homer would hate Nolan's Odyssey if he was alive today." But if Homer was alive today, he would say, "I am quite fond of the SpongeBob movie,"
That's real.
and that's true. Um,
That's it. That's all I got.
Tune in next week when we watch "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
And then the week after that, when we watch A Sponge Out of Water.
Right, I guess. In constant sorrow all through his
What's the
days.
beer for next week so people can go ahead and supply
I
so that they can go ahead and buy
am a
theirs?
man
What's the Oh Brother Where Art
of
Thou
constant.
beer?
I mean, personally, I'd say just for me, at least banquets again.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's
it's a very,
okay.
it's always, I mean, for me, it's always banquets,
What
but
about
it's
Rolling Rock? What if we picked up some Rolling Rock for next week?
interesting. I could get down with some Rolling Rock.
I feel like that's an Oh Brother Where Art Thou beer, man.
It fits. I don't know. I just think banquet to me is the Southern country western. Even though that's not a
Okay.
Southern country
Okay, hold
western
on, hold on.
movie, like that's still like it's
Highlights
still
for Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
interesting. I might have to get on that.
All right,
Yeah.
that's it. You got the word, everybody. Next week, pick up some Miller
All
High
right. Hey,
Lifes.
hey, Bobby, you just unmuted. Give us a sign us out real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna close it out with your word,
Sign
man.
us, sign us off.
I love SpongeBob.
Yeah,
That's
facts.
real. All right, see y'all next week.